um YouTube. This is RJ Too Real. I'm back. I was just sitting here thinking. I'm sorry. I'm gonna faithfully do these videos. I made up my mind that I'm gonna just faithfully do them. It may not be every day. It may be 2 or 3 times a day if I feel like it. But I feel like this is a good source for me to just come and vent, and not only it be information about my surgery or anything like. It's mainly about information about my VSG, but I feel like it's a place where I can come and vlog and just really a personal diary, and um it's gonna include most things about my journey, but at the same time, I want to be able to talk to you about other things because being obese is not only a physical battle. It's a mental battle and it's also an emotional battle. And I just wanted to, I guess, touch on that with you guys real quick. And I'm touching on this because I watched a video and it was by Miss Free Spirited. I think that's her name. I hope I'm saying it right. Miss Free Spirited, and she's on her journey with VSG as well. And she was just talking about the emotional aspects, let me say, with weight loss, with being overweight, with being obese, and how different things in your life can cause your emotional relationship with food. And she touched on a lot of good things. She was talking about how her father, how she didn't really just have a good relationship with her father, and how she finally just let it go and forgave him. And in life in general, we hold on to things that can destroy our relationships with people, and it can also destroy our relationships with ourselves. It can make us have a distorted self-worth. You know what I mean? And it just can, you know, mess with us physically and mentally. So, she really touched on some good things. I really liked that video. And I just wanted to add a couple of things on to that. People from the outside looking in, people look at people who losing weight or trying to do something physically as something vain. Like they're just trying to do something to make themselves look better. And a lot of times we do sound vain when we're talking about our bodies. Because it's our bodies. We sound vain. I want to fix, just like I just made a video 10 minutes ago talking about my body and how I don't want my boobs to be deflated or this and that, this and that. For me, that's just a small thing about losing weight. That's nothing at all. I mean, I feel like if I wake up after surgery and I'm just out of there, like 20, they didn't have to cut me open, and I feel like oh well, you know what I mean? Because I have to do this. I have to lose this weight. It's either I'm going to keep being heavy, I'm going to develop a whole lot of different high blood pressures, diabetes, all that type of stuff, and I'm going to end up dying. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I have to do this. I don't have a choice. For me, this is not a choice. It's not a choice. And I'm not looking at it like a choice. I wish I could tell you this lady's name. What is her name? Pink Eyeshadow. She had a video saying how people regret surgery. And that was a good video also. I'm sorry. I just like to refer to these videos. But go watch her video. It was talking about the regret with surgery. How you should regret something that you have to do. You have to do this to change your lifestyle and to ultimately live a longer life. This is something you have to do. This is not elective. Don't think of it as elective. In a sense it is, but you shouldn't think of it that way, because if you don't do this, your life is going to be shortened. Tremendously. Getting this weight off is helping you, and it's the best for you. So anyway, back to what I was talking about, the emotional aspects of being overweight. Um, there's a lot of emotional at a young age. I can remember me being an emotional eater, and not even when I was sad. I like to eat when I was happy, and that was just instilled in me at a young age. That was just me, and I feel like that's something that you can change. The emotions you have towards food, and it's probably the emotions you have towards subconsciously. We do a lot of things subconsciously. A lot of things. Something that's been rooted in us from the day we came out the womb. Something that we just do. That we do it. We probably know that it's not right, but we do it subconsciously. This is programmed in our brains. We do it. And let me not get off track. Like I said, we do a lot of things subconsciously. The way we treat people, subconsciously, the way we treat ourselves compared to the way we treat people. And being overweight has a lot to do with your self-worth. How do you love yourself? Do you care about? For a long time, I attributed me. Am I saying this word right? I'm crazy. I attributed me being overweight to me being molested as a kid. And when really I could have let that go, and I, like Miss Free Spirit just said, I could have just forgave. But I didn't. I held on to that. Every time I thought about it or it made me sad, I ate. But it's not what happened to me that made me big. It's how I reacted to what happened to me that made me overweight. And it's not even really how I reacted. It's my habits of being an emotional eater. That's what made me overweight. I was an emotional eater. I had some emotional anxiety going on, and I ate to fulfill that. It's not that I was molested. I could have said, you know what, I forgive that person, no big deal. And I'm not saying being molested is not a big deal, but what I did is I internalized that experience because I didn't even tell anybody that I told close friends maybe, but I never told my mom, anybody that was like, they could probably do something. But I never came out with family, the people that, really should matter. I internalized it and I said, you know what, that happened to me. And I really lost love for myself. It really, holding on to it damaged me more than anything. Where I could have said, you know what, I forgive that person. I'm saying, it's people in this world that forgive people for murdering their children. How can you forgive a person that murdered your child? That's, I think that way. I couldn't do that. But sometimes it's better to just let it go. You'll feel better just to let it go. It's for you. Forgiving people is for you. It's not for them. Because the longer you hold on to that, it's just going to eat you up. And like I was saying, I internalized that. And everything in my life, I thought it was because that happened to me. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It's how I took it. It's how... And I didn't realize it. I'm 19 years old now, but I didn't really realize that until I was 17 going on 18 years old. That I made that experience more. I held on to that. I could have let that experience. It hurt me. And why hold on to something all these years that you could just let go? I forgive them. It's people in this world with sick minds. They might not even let it go. Forgive them. That's all I'm saying. And I tell people all the time, when people sitting around having a pity party and all the time, the world does not owe you anything. We were born into a world of natural sin, a world of hurt, pain, all of that. When you were born, when you're born, you don't have any idea what's going on. I'm saying, but in this world, it's known that you're gonna it's a chance that you're gonna confront some of those things. Hurt, pain, loss. There's a chance because we're in a world of natural sin, hurt, and pain. So things that happen, you can't hold on to them. You can't say, "Oh, I'm mad," and forget the world and the world hates me. You can't hold because the world don't owe you nothing. You have to let go. You have to say, you know what, I forgive you, and that's a big step in change and learning your self worth. Is just letting go of some stuff. It's not worth holding on to. It's just gonna hurt you in the long run. It's gonna cripple you in the long run. You know what I mean? And for a long time, I used to blame things on why I was fat, but it's my fault. It's my fault. I shouldn't have internalized those feelings and locked them up and just hated. You know what I'm saying? Really hated me. Hated the person that did that to me. Where I could have just said, you know what, I forgive you, and went on with my life. When I was old enough to realize, I forgive you because it it would have eliminated a lot of the pain. I may have still been overweight. I may have still been, because I'm an emotional eater. That don't have nothing. Me being molested doesn't have nothing to do with me an emotional eater. That's just in me to be an emotional eater. It could have been something else because my dad died when I was 4. I could have been I could have been sad and ate to fulfill that loss. But either way it goes, I had to forgive. You know what I mean? Some things you just have to not internalize and hold on to because they will hurt you. They will physically, mentally, emotionally hurt you and hinder you at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's just the gist of this video. I also want to talk about support, but I don't want this video to be too long. I really feel like I need to, I don't know, for a long time. I'm a Taurus. Let me just say that I'm very hard-headed, bullheaded, and I'm gonna tell you in a minute, people. I don't need you. I could do it by myself. Like recently, I just got my high school diploma, and I was bragging to my mama. Mama, I did that by myself. I didn't get no tutor or nothing. I graduated with a 3.68. I graduated with a high GPA, but I'm 19 years old and I'm just graduating, and I feel like it was really bittersweet because I knew if I could have graduated right now, I could have graduated last year and had that same, you know what I mean? So it was bittersweet, but at the time, don't let me get off topic. I'm just a hard-headed person, and support is needed. I mean, I know my mom, she supports me, and my mom has had bariatric surgery. But I just feel like I need somebody that's going through what I'm going through right now. It's like, my mom don't even remember having it the way she act. Like, I was like, cause, I was asking about the carnation drink. It's like, it may be a protein, it may have some protein in it. But it's like these little packets, and I was telling her, do you remember those little packets you took on your pre-op diet? I need to give me some of those. She said, girl, I had that. I don't even remember. What was I drinking? So, I can't ask her nothing. She had surgery a decade ago, so she really don't know what's going on. But anyway, I just wanted a support system, and I use this YouTube as a support system. Just any